Hello and welcome to a quick video on how to use the half-life and how it applies to the real world in a word problem. So here we have the half-life of an isotope, and the half-life equation that I use, there are different ones. I believe this is the simplest one, is N equals N0 multiplied by 1/2 all to the t, which is time, divided by h. You will see many others, some involve k and y equals, but this one is probably the simplest and they all work out to be the same, so use whatever you prefer. But I will be using this one. So let's write out what we know. We know right here we are given the half-life, so we know that h is equal to 1599, you can see that right there. And we know that the initial quantity, or N0, is equal to 10. What we want to find is the amount after 1,000 years. But if you see this 1,000 years, that means we're given the time. So time equals 1,000. So now we have enough to plug it in and find the amount after 1,000 years. And the amount after 1,000 years is going to be n. So we're solving for n. So let's make our equation over here. It's going to be n equals n to the 0, which we already solved to be 10, multiplied by 1/2 all to the time, which we found to be 1,000, divided by our half-life, which is 1599. So then when you solve this out, 1/2 to the power of 1,000 divided by 1599, you will find to be, this is 0.6482. Of course, it goes on a little longer, but that is rounded. And then when you multiply that by 10, we all know that when you multiply something by 10, that decimal gets moved over 1. So this becomes 6.482. There you go. Bring n down. So we just used the half-life formula to find the amount after 1,000 years that this isotope is worth. So there we go. If you wish to fill it in here, you get 6.482. And that will be your final answer.